Hey everybody, welcome to the new video. This is Max from Server 133. Now there's a reason I'm not using my keep but my friend's keep. So in this video I'm going to be sharing some basic things that I have figured out in the game, which is in regards with the general speciality, the stars, a little bit more about Dragon, my thoughts and my opinions. Maybe this is something which will help lot of you guys in the future, or maybe a lot of people who are currently planning to spend in the game, or a lot of people who have the inventory and just don't understand where to spend. First thing I'll be speaking about is Trial of Nights. So Trial of Night is such an event in which you invest Blood of Ares on a general, disassemble the general, reinvest, redisassemble and get bonus. So we'll do an example. Right here I'm going to be using the general John 1 of Portugal. Now in the Trial of Night, this account has already completed the target. So how do you do it is, you ascend the general. Okay, so here is, where did he go? He's on duty, should be up on the top most probably. Yes. Now once you ascend this guy, if you disassemble, the Blood of Ares comes back to you, which in future you can invest on another general. And then coming to the event of Trial of Nights, you can claim these Blood of Ares over here. So technically by the end of the entire event, you get 200 bonus Blood of Ares, which will cost you a lot of gems, gold and even medals. So if you have already stacked up like 1,000, 1,500 or 2,000 in your account, it is beneficial to you. Now let me give you a very simple rule. This is in regards with choosing a main general, choosing an assistant, whether to work on speciality, whether to only work on red stars or only work on speciality. So I'll give you an example. At this moment, a lot of people are saying that Palace is the best siege general. I don't know where she is. She should be somewhere here because she's the new one. And I have seen a lot of Excels, also heard from a lot of YouTubers that Palace is the best siege general in the game so far, and which is a fact. I haven't double checked all the details, but from the people I'm listening to, these are experts and they don't talk without calculating. The reason I don't follow these things is because I don't spend so much that I can have 16 copies of her and to be capable to ascend this guy to, or this general to 5 red stars. So how do I work? The first rule I follow is never ascend an assistant. Why? Because when you ascend an assistant, the specialities, the red star skills don't take place if the general is an assistant. Number 2, on a main general, never invest on speciality. Now a lot of you guys will be like, Max, are you stupid? Hear me out. So let's take this account as an example. Here we have Minamoto as the main range general. Now in the previous version of Evony, before the K35 update, K40 update and K45 update, we didn't have anything called as Blood of Ares or General Ascension and Awakening. We simply had just 5 gold stars and then cultivation and speciality. So back then, if somebody says that this guy is the best range general, he was hands down the best range general. Now the best range general depends on how you can grind. Let me give you an example. I have an account in my alliance who has been going to the relic since the day the new relic update came in, and he spent at least half of his day in the relic, the other half when he would play, and rest of the time he would spend in the relic. The day he got the opportunity, he straight away got so many fragments that he was able to unlock the Queen Boudica and get her 5 red stars. Now for a lot of people, they say that this general is the best defense general, this general is the best defense general, but the question is, are you going to be able to make this or that defense general 5 red star? Because if you cannot make that person 5 red star, he or she is not the best one in your case. Let me give you another example. Over here, we have Palace, the best siege general. Let's say even if you spend $100, you get 2 tokens. If you spend $800, there is no guarantee that you will get 16 tokens which will turn into Palace. But let's say you spend $800, you get 16 tokens, and then all the 16 tokens turn out to be Palace, and then you get her in the 5 red stars. So you're going to technically spend $800 just to get the general, and then you're going to be able to make her 5 red stars. On the other hand, if you work properly in the tavern, you can have one of the siege generals, which is Mathis. And if you're lucky enough, you can have some of the premium siege generals which can also work as an assistant. Somebody like Petronas has been made available in the Trial of Night. Looking up, you will find Napoleon, which you can get from some of the events. In fact, Napoleon was my main siege general. You can get John Churchill, which is also a siege general. You can get Edward Teach. Again, this is all dependent on luck. So you just need one premium general which will work as an assistant, and rest of your generals work as main. So you don't have to really worry about having good siege generals and main siege generals and stuff like that. No, that's too much of stress. Please don't take so much of stress. Rather, try to procure a general which you can work on. Now, moving to the most important part, why am I talking about not to do speciality on a general? So let's say, as of now, Minamoto is my main range general. I have maxed out the cultivation. I have started working on the stars of this guy. All of a sudden, I find out that one of the premium generals is available in the tavern, is available in the relic, is available here and there, and I can procure 16 quantities of it, maybe by grinding, or maybe by luck, or some or the other way it is possible. Then the specialities which have been invested in Minamoto will be a total waste. But if you don't invest on the speciality, you can make the best use of it by the building, which is the state of council. In the state of council, you can apply a general over here that belongs to a specific category. Let me see if I can upgrade this for a couple of levels. So here I can apply a ground general. Now, the reason I'm talking about not to work on the speciality but to work on the stars is, in case if you decide to change the general and move some other general to this process or this duty, the speciality or the runestone chest that you invest, the gems that you invest, are technically waste. But on the other hand, the blood of Ares that you invest can always be recovered by perfectly dismissing the general. For example, we had a general right here in the duty, the John 1 of Portugal. Let's say instead of John 1 of Portugal, this is any PvP form of general for range ground mounted, and you decide to disassemble. You can get the you can get the blood of Ares out of him. You can also get the fragments, which means in future you can reinvest on the general if you change your mind, or for the Trial of Nights you can sell such cheap generals and have a head start. Now this is totally how you decide to do it. It's totally up to you. Okay. Now talking more about speciality. So once you get to a higher level, you will have a certain requirement which says have 6 or more fully specialized general. In such cases, this is going to be a heartbreaker for you, which happened with me as well. When the K40 release came up, by that time I had fully specialized my defense general George Dewey. I luckily had him, and I started grinding super. I started buying and selling generals back to back. So even before the K40 got released, he was 3 specialities full, the last speciality was pending, which somehow I achieved in a couple of months. Now what has happened is I have ascended my George Dewey to 1 red star, and then I realized that okay, Queen Boudica is a better defense general if you can get her to 5 red stars. Now because of that, my Queen Boudica, I have got 480 fragments of her, which means 1 whole general and 450 fragments. Now the problem that I am facing on my main account, which I'll share with you right here, ranking, general ranking, I don't know if it's visible, it should be visible. Now my main problem is if I sell this general, I can either take the Blood of Ares or I can take the Runestone chest. Now I am not a big coiner. If I'm selling this guy, I am not getting back one of these items and it is precious for me. So technically all the Blood of Ares that I have invested on George Dewey is now a waste, right? So summarizing the whole topic, if you are working on a main general, do not work on the speciality unless you make it 5 red stars and unless you are completely fixed on it that this guy is the final guy and we are not changing it. Why? So that in case in any of these conditions you feel like changing, you can always perfectly dismiss a general and get the Blood of Ares back to reinvest. Or if you are working on speciality, which is still fine, because in case if you are in need of runestones, what some people do is they dismiss the general, which gives them the runestones, and when they open the runestone box, they have technically invested the first speciality, second speciality and third speciality runestone chest, but when they disassemble the general or dismiss the general, they get all 4 kinds of runestones, which if they are lucky, they'll have a decent amount of 4th speciality runestones. Now for those who are not aware about how runestone chests work, so there is this details. The chances of getting 1 immortal runestone is 10%. So leadership runestone is the first runestone, military runestone is the second, glory is the third and immortal is the 4th one. 4th one is the rarest. So in simple language, lot of players what they do is they boost the speciality of first 3 kinds, then they dismiss the general, and when they dismiss the general, they get the runestones. For example, let me show you this guy. He has not been cultivated, he has not been specialized, so I think I can do it on this guy just for your reference. There he is. I will dismiss him, perfectly dismiss. I'll lose the fragments, I don't care. The gears and the spirit beast automatically get removed, but I'm getting 313 runestone chest. What some people will do is they'll boost these runestones consumption. Like here, I just boosted someone here and I'm dismissing, I'm getting 432. Now when I'm dismissing the general, I'm getting gold and runestone chest. Now when I'm opening this 432 runestone chest, I'm getting the level 4 runestones. Now the problem right here, my friend, is the amount of runestones that you will get is not what you have invested. It is maybe 1/4 of it. So technically you're losing a lot. But for some players who have got so many runestone chests and now they are struggling with the last speciality, here is how you can get the last speciality runestone chest easily. But this is not an economical way. The best way to do this is work hard on killing goblins, night bards and all of it, and turn it into generals, like buy generals in the tavern, sell them and get runestone chest. I hope this topic has helped some of you guys to decide which general to work on, but to give it a very simple short summarizing, and in the end, choose a general that you can only max out to the fullest. If there's a general which you cannot max out, like 5 red stars, don't work on speciality. Do not increase stars on the assistant generals because they don't take effect. However, if you find one premium general that stacks with a general that you can 5 red star, then there is nothing wrong in working on the speciality of the assistant, because the assistant stays. You don't have a problem, or you don't face a scenario wherein you need to get rid of the assistant. And in case if you need to get rid of the assistant, like in one of these cases which I just did, you can simply get the benefit back. Which one I'm talking about? The Runestone chest. You can get it back, not 100%, but at least 20-25% for sure. So I hope this helps you decide on what general speciality, what general ascension or awakening you are supposed to work on. Keep in mind that in case if you get a general to a good number of red stars and then realize that you are now getting a better general, the Council of State will always be there for you to put a general on duty, which will unlock some of the massive buffs like these. So you can go and check in all the 3 categories that you have. Very nice thing, on my main account I have got some of the generals as 3 and 4 red stars, which are already on Council of State, and they are not some great generals, but well, they are there and it is benefiting me, so you can try it too. Well, with this I conclude the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please connect with me on the comment section, or you can join my Discord server. I'll put the link in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Max from server 133 signing out, and I'll see you next time.